You, what up, world? What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to Blues House Live. I'm your host, Bluminati. Yeah, man, and I got the homie Kobe with us today. Oh, that ain't what I'm trying to show. What's up? What's going on? There we go. Why is that still showing? Come on now. Take that off. Take that off. They tripping on me already. We missing one. We ain't got Mika in the building. That's all right. She out saving the world. You know, saving the world from genies and stuff like that.
We got some reverb on your mic.
I got reverb.
Yep.
Let me bring it a little closer. Check. What about now?
It's not bad. It's not as bad, but it's still there.
Yo.
That's better.
All right, hold on. Let me.
Yeah.
Bring it over and bring it down. I wonder why it's like that. What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Better.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, so we live, man. Kobe, what's been good, man? It's we didn't do nothing. What's today? Wednesday. We didn't do nothing Monday. Holiday season. What's good?
Not too much, man. Just I've been a little busy with work. That's been pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to catch up on everything that kind of dropped on us. All the shows and stuff. I've been trying to get caught up, but right. I've been kind of drowning with that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot, man. It's a lot. I watched the season finale of Kenobi.
Okay.
Turned out a little bit better than and I hate that they do that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the payoff is good, but I want to be engaged the whole way through.
The whole time.
You know like, don't just seem like, and it's becoming predictive. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can predict that episodes 5 and 6 is the turn.
Gonna be good.
You know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. But I watched that, and I watched what we're about to get into, man.
Yeah, me too. This one is rough, man.
Yeah. I don't.
We diving head first into that? Yeah, okay.
yeah. That's. I mean, basically, I want this whole stream probably gonna be about this and Marvel, because I got beef.
Me too.
And the thing is, I probably had beef with him since late last year. I think we've been saying, I know I've been saying it.
Phase 4.
The laziness. You know what I'm saying? It might, matter of fact, no. It started with What If. I think that's where it started at. What If and
we had gripes with Falcon and Winter Soldier too.
No, we did, but it wasn't like blatantly. It didn't seem like that was the direction. It just seemed like this is just a drop in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? But then we got What If, Black Widow, and we just been going downhill from there.
Right.
But yeah, man, Miss Marvel episode 3 dropped. Do you want me to start? You want to start?
You go ahead. I'm gonna follow behind you.
Well, you know what? We'll do a quick. I think I got something.
Synopsis. Yeah,
real quick. Where am I at? Do I? Maybe I don't. Maybe I said forget about it. Here we go. All right, so that episode was called Destined. I should have known some shit was up after reading the damn. You know what I'm saying? But the third episode, Destined, does a remarkable. This is coming from Murphy's Multiverse. Does a remarkable job at maintaining the heart and integrity of the series while also bringing it to new heights in an exciting way. The episode hit the ground running straight off of episode 2's cliffhanger in Cameron and his mother's car. This is a very welcome shift in pace throughout the beginning of the episode, which also takes the series in a very bold new direction. While the banger remains mysterious, Cameron's mom, Najma, explanation of the history of Kamala suggests that Najma, along with her family and Kamala's mysterious great-grandmother, Aisha, are clandestines or jinn from another dimension. While their narrative should be taken with a grain of salt at this point, they seek Kamala's power to get them back to their home, Noor dimension, from which they have been exiled. The very end of this episode suggests there's more to the story of Aisha's disappearance. Still, as Nazma shows both Kamala and her grandmother Sana a vision of a train marked Karachi, which seems to be a callback to Sonya's family escape from India and Aisha's disappearance. I'm gonna stop there.
Yep. Because there's so much to unpack right there.
Yeah. So, like they said, we get the introduction of where the bangle came from. It was taken off of
a Kree.
The Kree. Well, yeah, that's what we're gonna say, right? We're gonna stick to it. That was a Kree.
I think that's what the way they're going, with being blue like that.
This was the scene. You see the 10 rings.
The emblem. 10 rings. Yep.
And then you get this hand. Let me get this out of the way. You get this hand right here, which is blue. It's got the bangle on it. And they said they was looking for 2.
Yep.
Which made me lead to believe that they were talking about the Negabands.
Negabands.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which
that's Kree.
It's Kree, but this is like pissing me off.
Very much so.
This is just the reason why this show pisses me off. You're doing all of this wraparound storytelling to tell a completely different story of this character, and you don't have to do that.
Nope. It didn't have to be this elaborate. You didn't have to do it this way.
Right. You're weaving this elaborate tale of genies and Jinn and the clandestine. Who the fuck is nobody cares about it. So you're trying to bring in, let's bring in the clandestine, a group that we can just manipulate and play with, and then we'll make them Indian, right?
Right.
Or you know,
Pakistani,
kind of a Muslim background story or whatever. From the Nord dimension and all of this other stuff, and I'm like, why?
Why? That makes no sense. Like,
you could have just introduced it would have been easier to introduce Inhumans.
Yep.
Right. Change their background or their backstory a little bit, or play with it a little bit, than to do all of this.
I wonder why they want to stay away from Inhumans so bad.
Because now, I always said Inhumans and mutants were the same thing. Right.
Of course.
For the most part.
Right.
And that's what I mean. So maybe they want to stay away from it because of that. But I'm like, you can introduce the Inhumans and come up with a clever way to differentiate them between mutants and Inhumans, because you have to introduce mutants somewhere down the line, right?
Right.
Come up, if you're gonna be a good writer, do that. Now she's a Jinn, a genie, and the clandestine, because now I'm pretty sure the Googles went off. Well, what's the clandestine?
Yeah,
what's Jinn?
right?
What's the Jinns? What's, you know what I'm saying? And they like, this shit ain't got shit to do with Ms. Marvel. Ain't got shit to do with the Kree. This ain't got shit to do with nope. You know what I'm saying? Like this, the clandestine belong more so, especially if they're trying to make Ms. Marvel cosmic.
Mm-hmm.
The Jinn are more Blade, more Doctor Strange, more, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You go look the clandestine up. You go look up their whole backstory. Their backstory involves magic, demons. You know what I'm saying? So when a lay person goes and Googles and does their Googles on the clandestines of who they really are and what that group is, that ain't got shit to do with the Negabands. They ain't got shit to do with no Kree.
Nope.
None of that.
Trying to make that stuff tie in when it doesn't have to.
It doesn't have to tie in. So now you're doing this gymnastics that doesn't have to be done. You're trying to tell me, we changed it to make her cosmic, and this was the best way to do that?
I don't think so.
What you got from the book? Because I'm about to go in, man. Tell me what you got. What did you take from this?
My gripe with this, and I said this from the beginning, like when they first announced the show and they first said that they were going to take liberties with this character.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the further and further we stray away from the actual story that happened with Miss Marvel and the actual character, it leads me to believe that this is light compared to what is going to be forthcoming.
Yeah.
This is light.
Yep.
Because for them to take the liberties that they did with this character and completely change, like we talked about the other day, everything that made this character, everything that made her Kamala Khan. You know what I'm saying? So when you do this, and they're making a spectacle about it and doing it, and they're aiming it at, I see why they're doing it this way. I don't think adults would have accepted this type of story. That's why this is aimed at children.
Yeah, and that's why the viewership is so low.
It's low, yes.
The viewership, because if the viewership probably, adults probably wouldn't have gravitated to it at first because it looks kiddie, it looks childish.
Yes, it does.
But if it was a good, well-told story and everything like that, and it fit perfect,
I would have been down. Right.
Right. The word of mouth would have brought the rest of the gang who are Marvel fans, and they would have showed up. Eventually, episode 2, coming to episode 3, they would have shown up because now they're like, oh, maybe this show is pretty good. The word of mouth is out there that this show is good and this. But no, the word of mouth is you already starting off bad because it's, damn, y'all changed her powers? Why? You see what I'm saying? Like, So you're starting off on a bad note because you have no real reason to say why you changed the power.
Right. Just because we said we wanted to.
Right. There's no real reason. Oh, we're trying to keep her in line with Captain Marvel and the Marvels because she's going to be a centerpiece in that. She doesn't have to have cosmic powers to be the centerpiece.
No.
In that. Right? Tony Stark, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, they all went to space to stop Thanos on a cosmic scale.
Yep.
3 people
and they're ground level characters.
You know what I'm saying? You don't have to change her power set to be a powerhouse. She's a powerhouse with the grounded power set. She's a polymorph, healing factor.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Super strength. Like you took everything away from her that made her hurt.
Right.
You took it all away just to give her some colorful crystal-like, you know what I'm saying?
But you want to know something though? And this is why I think they did it this way. Why the bands are so important for her. And they made that statement at the beginning of the show. I think it was episode 1 about how the powers are coming from inside of her. That's an easy retcon, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's an easy retcon. Let's try this out. If it does, and I think this is a Kevin Feige thing. Let's try this out. Let's put this in there. Because like I said, I don't think any dialogue in these shows is said for no reason.
Right.
That's how elaborate these things go. So I think they put that in there as an easy retcon. Let's try this story out. Try them out with them and try her out in the Marvels. If it doesn't work out, people don't like her character. Boom, we cut her and bring her back down to, like I say, the Young Avengers, and give her original power set back. And then she's ground level all over again. Boom, 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 done.
Right,
but they have to eliminate that MacGuffin, like I said, that is the bands on her. But I think that is placed in there for that reason. It makes sense.
Yeah, but this is my thing. So they're trying. I know they're trying to come up with a new MacGuffin, with everything now is space tech. You know what I'm saying? We got the 10 rings. Now we got the nega. You know, they ain't named them yet, but it's basically the nega bands.
Right.
They didn't even have to do that Shang-Chi. Right? They didn't have to, and we kind of let it slide because it's the 10 ring. It's the 10 ring. They just took the 10 rings and made them over bracelets.
Your arm. Right.
Or bracelets, like you said. You know what I'm saying? But for all intents and purposes, they was the 10 rings. That was still the Mandarin in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But they didn't have to make it that, right? Because remember, I was speculating that it was the dragon, because that's where the rings come from. The 10 rings came from the dragon people.
The McLuhans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, and that was my speculation, but they changed. And it's my thing is, when you take liberties, try to stay as close as possible.
Right.
What you're taking the liberty from. Right? You want to stay as close as possible, so that way when you do get a new lay person or a straggler or something like that, when that person goes and tries to do some research on the character or starts reading the source material, it's not far off from what they know in this medium. Like I said, if you go and try and pick up a Kamala, let's say you start from 1. Miss Marvel 1, when she becomes, you know what I'm saying, the Terrigen Mist hits and all of that, you'll be like, this is not what the fuck I just watched on TV.
Right. Not even close.
This ain't even close to it. The stories ain't lining up. This ain't the Kamala Khan that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm trying to figure it out. Why the clandestines? Why the Jinn move? You know, and I get it. Jinn are Middle Eastern. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But this is to me, this is a stretch too far. You're trying to connect this dot for no reason.
And I think that's why they dumped this on Disney Plus. Her origin story.
It's a bad origin story.
But that's okay. It's on Disney Plus. We're not losing money.
True.
With it not being making millions in the theater. Right. That's why shit is on Disney Plus. Disney Plus, I'm telling you, is their test bed. They test out all those ideas they want to try. Yeah. They test them on Disney Plus.
I believe it. It's just this is a bad origin story. Right. And I'm gonna tell you why this show hurts so much, because the quality of the show is excellent.
Yep.
Right. I like old girl as Kamala Khan. I like the heritage background. You know what I'm saying, with the Islamic culture and everything.
Oh, like yeah. That wedding scene was live.
It was live, right? The Pakistani, you know, the Bollywood element, like everything about this show. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those elements, is like perfect.
Right.
But the engine, it's like having a pretty ass car with no engine in it.
Right.
Or you know, let me take that back, because there's an engine in there, but you got like
no gas.
No, it's a Mustang, but it's got a 4-banger in it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel you.
That's what it is. It's a Mustang with a 4-banger. That ain't doing, you know what I'm saying?
That ain't no Mustang.
Right. That ain't no Mustang. that ain't gonna cut it. And that's what it's, and that's why it's lazy, and that's why you got low viewership, and that's why nobody really cares about this show. This show should be getting talked about, because it's supposed to have so much, you know what I'm saying? This show is supposed to connect so many dots for the future.
You know what, though? I know what I noticed. YouTube isn't buzzing about this show like it normally is. My normal channels, they're reviewing it, but they're not coming up with theory after theory after theory video and all that.
Because guess what?
It's so closed. It's a closed story.
It's closed, and nobody cares about it.
Right.
Nobody cares about it, because this is not the case. You can't speculate on some shit that they ain't even touching. Only way you can speculate about this show is if this. It's not Miss Marvel, so you can't speculate. Nope. You can't go by the source material, because that's how people speculate. They look at the source material. Oh, okay, this changed, but this might have changed to this because this all connects, this, that, and the third. Right. But you can't even speculate.
Nope.
Because this ain't Miss Marvel.
It's not even
so
close.
I can't do a theory on Miss Marvel, because this is a totally different character.
Oh, I could theorize the shit out of this. Because we know where it ends.
Well, yeah, you know it connects to the Marvel.
Like,
right?
I've got a theory about the guest appearance on this show.
Okay, what you got?
It's Carol Danvers.
I heard that it's not.
I think it is.
I heard that it's not.
It's either her or Monica Rambeau.
I heard that it's not Carol Danvers. That's what I heard. It should be.
Mm-hmm.
It should be, but I heard that it's not. But and this is the reason why it's hard to speculate, because if you're going off of, for the most part, they have followed some elements of the storyline from her first volume of comics, but she doesn't meet Carol Danvers until like the end of that volume, right?
Yep.
And Carol Danvers only shows up by coincidence. She was like, I heard it was somebody who had my old name. I just wanted to stop by because it seems like a lot of the, people hear about you, and it seems like you're doing good in the city. Right? I'm trying to figure what would be the reason for Carol Danvers to even show up in Jersey City. Because she showed up in Jersey City because what was going on? Wasn't Noah? What was it? It was a storyline going on that she had to. Oh, the incursions.
Right.
She showed up to tell Kamala Khan, keep fighting the fight, but guess what? The end of the world is coming. That's basically what she told her. Hey, you're doing a good job, but it's gonna be all for naught. But don't stop, because we might be able to fix this problem, but probably not. That's what she told her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I gotta head back to New York. I just wanted to stop to see who got my name. You know what I'm saying? That was it. They did a quick little team up to take down some character that, you know what I'm saying, doesn't even matter or whatever.
Right.
Real quick. Not even 2-3 issues, nothing of significance. She did more with Wolverine than she did with Captain Marvel.
Right.
In that first volume of comics. I think it was a 20-issue volume. But and see, like, not only that, Cameron, he's an Inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to be Inhuman. And now he's a genie. So they're taking away her heritage of being Inhuman and turning her into a genie, whatever you want to say. From the Nord dimension. I looked up the Nord dimension, couldn't find nothing on it. So this is made up for this, from my understanding. Because, like I said, the clandestines, their group started off with it's one Jinn. She was like the last of her kind. She fell in love with this human dude, and she made him immortal and invulnerable. Right. They had kids. You know what I'm saying? Generations and generations. He had to end up killing one of his kids. I forgot what the reason was, but they, you know, some of their stories interweaved with mutants, because X-Men was just so popular. You know, X-Men always going to.
They were everywhere. Mm-hmm.
But other than that, who cares about what you know what I'm saying? There's no real. Who cares about them? You know, like,
I feel you.
There's nothing. They don't do nothing for Marvel history, really. They didn't give you a good character that we need to go back and revisit and bring back. Their storyline didn't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. And I think that's why they was like, oh, we got a group we can pull and play with and nobody even know about. But it's like, you forget we're in the age of, we're in the internet. The internet. I'm going to go look up who the Clandestines is.
That's like with the, when we were talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier with the Flag Smashers.
Right.
That was a totally made up, you know what I'm saying, like, team in general. Right. So, like I said, they take these liberties, and I still think this is mild compared to how it's going to be in the going forward.
To go back with the Flag Smash, at least Flag Smasher, the character, is in the Captain American lore.
Right.
So they took the liberty of saying, okay, she's Flag Smasher, but she has a group of Flag Smashers as a group of terrorists or you know, organization. And that's one liberty that's
I'm cool with.
Right. It's not a stretch. They got something to do with Captain America. Instead of just being one Flag Smasher, you made it into a group, and she's basically the head. Made it female, whatever. But it's still in that same vein. I'm telling you, if you go and read, I don't know if you ever read the Miss Marvel comics.
Mm-mm.
Her dealing with what she had to deal with, and her becoming a hero. She faced off against this trash ass villain. The dude was a chicken. He was a clone of Thomas. Was it Thomas Edison? He was a Thomas Edison clone, but he was a chicken, right? Or some kind of a bird. He was smart. He called himself the inventor. He made these inventions, and you know what I'm saying? It was just stuff for basically Miss Marvel to beat up.
Yep.
He was kidnapping kids, and he was telling kids that the environment's so messed up that we need all the kids to come and be batteries. You know what I'm saying? So we can stop like the polar ice caps melting and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that ain't the, you know what I'm saying? Like, how can I take that and put it on TV form and make people watch it? I get it. But having her interact with teenagers as, you know what I'm saying, as villains, and that's who she, you know, like street level stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, to me, that's, how can I write this and make this compelling? To me, if you can do that, that's good writing. Not bringing in the clandestines or what. They could have, matter of fact, you know what? They ain't even have to give us her origin yet.
They could have just dropped us in.
They ain't have to give it to us. They could have, this could have been part of her journey, finding out what she is. Until they figured out how to bring the Inhumans in.
Then it would have made for a better story, I think.
Made for a way better story. I don't know what I am. You know what I'm saying? She find out, she take the bands off. Oh, I still got these powers. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Give me. And some people saying that she could still end up being, you know, Inhuman adjacent. You know what I'm saying? And that could happen.
I think that they put that retcon in place for that.
For that,
I'm telling you. Yeah.
I can see that happening. But I just don't see why go through all the trouble. We're
talking about people who writing these characters who are probably younger than me and you.
Could be.
That didn't grow up reading the stories, you know, and they get to this stage and I want this character to look like what I want him to look like.
Right. Yeah.
But the difference is this is a whole different medium than comics.
Yeah.
Comics, you get issue after issue after issue, volume after volume. It changes, storylines change.
Different writers.
Movie, it doesn't happen like that.
Nope.
You stick an idea in there, and it's with a character like this, you gotta stick with it.
Yep, gotta run with it.
Otherwise, if this blows up, it blows up all the plans they have going forward to draw in that younger audience.
Well, I think they said that, you know, with the viewership even being down, but it is hitting, you know, the majority of the viewership is the younger audience. But I would like to know, is that the same percentage or the same amount? Let me not say percentage. Is that the same amount of viewers, of those young viewers, for every Marvel Disney Plus show?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Is that, are they just saying that to try to make it sound good, but they just didn't lose the young viewer?
Right.
The
Because
young
they always have
always there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I think that's the truth anyway. Right. Because it's Marvel.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That viewer, that young viewer who is just a Marvel head is going to show up regardless. They don't have no real critiques. They just watching it to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not going to talk it. It's not good or bad to them.
It's just
like
Marvel.
You know what I'm saying? When I was a kid watching X, there was no bad X-Men cartoon show back in the day.
Right. Not at all.
I didn't. That episode go off. I just, oh man, that episode was trash. Like, I didn't do that. I was just happy to be watching X-Men.
Yep.
And I wonder if that young crowd is the same way. Are they just happy to be watching Miss Marvel or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, or, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third?
Yep.
Because that Marvel ticker come on at the beginning. Let me go back to this. It says the rest of the third episode once more brought Kamala Khan's charm to the screen, particularly in the wedding scene. That was dope. The episode proved that Miss Marvel was one of the most colorful Marvel Studio projects in existence. I agree. Like I said, the quality and the visuals is there.
It looks good, yeah.
Yep. It's filled to the brim with personality. The teenage drama involved Kamala's story. It's amplified here. She struggles to maintain trust, confidence, and honesty with and from her friends and family. Bruno begins to hesitate about Kamala's plans, with the bank one tells her he is headed to Caltech, which complicates their adorably awkward crush-type relationship. Nakia angrily discovers that Kamala is actually the masked person who has caused problems for the community, and Kamala's relationship with her family is further strained in her inability to tell them what she is going through. And that's another thing, too. Her brother was introduced to this derivative of the Terrigen Mist, and it gave him these temporary powers, right? Okay. And that was a big storyline within the first volume of the comics. That the inventor Thomas Edison, aka the Chicken Man, you know what I'm saying, was doing. There was no damage control. Nobody was, you know what I'm saying, for the
most part.
That's
a mystery to me.
So what?
That damage control thing, that's a mystery to me.
Okay, tell me why you said that.
Just why are they the ones chasing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That
What?
it makes me ask some questions.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta even going back to like Spider-Man, like what made them a law because I didn't think of them as a law enforcement agency, right?
Nah. Spot if that was the case, if he was wanted for murder, it'd have been FBI
Right. Mm-hmm.
or something like that,
Something like
not
that.
damage control. You know what
I
I'm saying?
guess they're
Damage
now
controls.
with enhanced individuals because they keep using that term. I guess they're the agency that handles that, not the FBI, not anybody else. It's damage
But
control.
why?
They
It
just
doesn't make
I guess
sense.
they're taking a liberty with it.
Mm.
It's this one of those, and I don't mind that we need a boogeyman. We need a entity to be, because we had Shield. But you know what? This would have been the perfect time for Hammer to show up with Norman Osborn. You know what I'm saying? Right. Instead of Shield, it would have been Hammer. They would have had the real capability to take down an enhanced human. You know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. But you're right. Like, why? Especially, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't go after Tony Stark. They didn't go after anybody else. Why are they going after Kamala? Especially hard. They putting all their eggs in the basket to catch her. They let Spider-Man swing around until until somebody died or whatever. But I don't know, man. You're right. Why damage control? It should be the FBI. It could be somebody who is maybe the national, like this is a National Guard thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
You ain't lying. They'd have activated the shit out of their ass.
Those are the people that they have
the
to
Hulk's
play.
tearing up New York City. New York. Y'all got to come get rid of it. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Come with it. So yeah, I just think they need a boogeyman. They need something for her to be, because she hasn't, up until this last scene, she had the little fight scene with the genie people. She doesn't know how to fight.
Nope.
Right? She doesn't really know how to use her powers. Yes, she did. They showed a little training montage of her. To me, that's just trying to figure out what power she had. It wasn't her training to use her powers. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, she still don't even know what she can do. Like, all of that was reflex. Her blocking, you know what I'm saying? Yep. The shield coming up, that's all reflex. And you know what? That's what I meant. She is, I don't know if it's an X-Men, it's a mutant. Her name is Armor.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring her up, because that's what she is. That's I just thought about it. Everybody was saying that she is and oh man, they just stole her swag. It just hit me. Armor, she's a mutant. She can manifest armor, right?
Okay.
Let me get a good picture. She's Asian. I think that's a better one. Blow that up. Come on, blow it up. Okay. Let's see. Share. You can't really see that too good, huh?
I can, yeah.
Okay, but this is Armor.
Yep.
She's a mutant. Her powers is about heritage. So her powers are linked to her ancestors. Right. Sounds familiar?
Of course.
Does it sound familiar?
Oh, so yeah.
Basically, they just stole this mutant, and she got popular at one point in time to where she was like in every X-Men comic book.
Wow.
She was like Wolverine's, Wolverine always got a little protege. She was like Wolverine's next protege, you know what I'm saying? And she was in a lot of the X-Men comic books during the who was writing at the time? Joss Whedon.
Okay.
doing that Joss Whedon run. But like I said, her power set. I'm gonna read you her powers. Come on, X out of this. Hasako can create and generate enormously strong and impenetrable dark red colored psionic exoskeleton body armor. It grants her superhuman strength, reflexes, stamina, endurance, agility, dexterity, and durability. Sound familiar? That's what's going on, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Right? The body armor is depicted as enveloping her completely and protects her from tremendous, strong, and powerful attacks. We just saw that happening. She even, like, in this episode, stopped and saw that it was encompassing her whole body. Right?
Yep.
Greatly strengthens and amplifies the concussive force behind her unusually offensive and highly destructive blows. In some depictions, her psionic armor grants her enough strength to lift a scroll ground tank and punch someone through several walls of a building. So that's what I think is going to happen with Miss Marvel. She's going to figure out that this, what I have, it's going to make me strong. I can hit people, you know what I'm saying, and this, that, and the third. Her armor is strong, durable enough to survive heat caused from long fall through the atmosphere. Likewise, she's able to withstand the impact from falling to the ground from high up in the atmosphere. Yeah, where is it talking about? Where it comes from. Oh, it's not saying that. Okay, here it is. Hasako's body armor is partially explained as being composed of something related to her family lineage and ancestors. It is later described as being composed of memory. This is stated in the issue of Wolverine Origins when Hasako's armor is able to withstand blows from the Maramusa blade, which can cut through any material, since memory is the only material that the blade cannot cut through. Similarly, in Astonishing X-Men Volume 3, number 39, Armor's armor expands and grows to the size of a building due to the fact that she feels strongly about not attending her recently deceased mother and brother's wake. She received combat training for Wolverine. Yeah. So that character of Armor had her whole swag stolen and given to Miss Marvel for no reason. For no reason.
Damn, man, why? Why?
Right? Because you got the whole thing of people saying, "Oh, well, we don't want her to be like Leroy." What up, Leroy?
What's good, man? What's good, Leroy?
We don't want her to be like Mr. Fantastic, and that's the same. You know what I'm saying? But you would steal another character's power set
that you don't have any intention on using
and give it to her. Who knows? Like I said, Armor was popular for a minute. And I think she would be a good, I think she would be dope on an X-Men team. Right? I personally think they ain't going to give us Jubilee. I'm sorry. Jubilee is not coming. So to me,
really?
This would be.
You don't think so?
I know she's popular and everybody like her, you know what I'm saying? But she was the worst thing that came out of that 90s run.
Generation X.
You know what I'm saying?
That whole,
She was the worst thing to come out of it. And every time they try to put her into a movie, nah. She's no good. To me, when Jubilee, when she became a vampire, that was the best thing that happened to Jubilee. She became a vampire. It made people kind of see what was going on, because she had lost her powers due to the House of M event, due to Wanda.
Right.
You know, saying no more mutants. So she didn't have her powers. Then she was running around with what group was that? Young I can't remember that name. Young Warriors. She's running around with the Young Warriors. She had this exosuit, and it gave her these different types. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have no powers, but the suit had powers. Right. Then she got bit by Dracula's son, and she became a vampire, and she learned how to deal with that by who helped her deal with that? Oh, X-23, Wolverine's daughter, helped her deal with that blood. You know what I'm saying? How to do all that when it comes to a vampire, and then they just took it away from her, and now she's back being a boring character again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's terrible.
So to me, that's terrible. I mean, people, you come up with these characters. and they become bigger than what you intended them to be, and you have
Yep.
no reason to write for them ever again. You know what I'm saying? That's what it be about. That's exactly what it be about. But no, I think you could just replace her with Armor. I would anyway. I would replace her with Armor, but you can't do that no more because you just gave Armor's power set away to fucking
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel for no fucking reason. There's no reason to change. I don't care what nobody say or what they say. There's no reason to change her power set.
There's no reason to give her that crazy ass backstory either.
There's no reason to turn her into a goddamn genie.
Nope.
A genie?
Those shouldn't exist.
Right. And where clandestine been this whole time?
Yep.
So they could have been fighting off the Thanos's what's the little aliens?
Oh yeah. The Chitauri.
The Chitauri.
Yeah.
But y'all fucking not.
Nope.
Come on, man. Like, I hate it. I'm hating Marvel right now. I'm for real, man.
Yeah, I'm beefing with them too, man.
I'm hating Marvel.
I think that we were beefing with them before Spider-Man and Doctor Strange came out,
right?
And that was kind of the forest through the trees because they hyped them so much.
Mm-hmm.
And to me personally, going back and watching both movies again, there were some huge gripes with both movies.
Yeah,
they didn't get talked about though because we were so glad to get Marvel movies again.
Right.
Guess what? We done got them, and they were bullshit.
Yep.
Got the shows that they kept hyping up, and some of them were good, but most of them were bullshit.
Yeah.
They better come correct Phase 5.
Well, I was gonna say let's go back to what you said. Since we can because I'm gonna come back to Miss Marvel, but we can hop into Phase 5 and talk about maybe the future. But you said a mouthful about this being a precursor to what we're gonna get.
Yep.
Right. So this is just a little mock-up list, but the liberties that they're taking, and these is big, huge steps and liberties, and they not like they just throwing the playbook out the window. I'm fearful of X-Men. I'm fearful of it. I don't even know if I want to see X-Men now with the liberties that they're taking. Remember, I don't know if you remember this. There was a rumor going around to say when they were going to introduce Wolverine, right? But he was going to have, instead of having a healing factor, he was going to have a suit of armor. I don't know if you remember that.
No, I don't remember that.
The armor was supposed to be given to him from Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? And that armor he probably wouldn't even have he would just have the suit of armor, and the armor might have claws on it. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Right. That was just a rumor, but it had legs. It had legs. Now I'm thinking it might be more than a rumor. The way that they just taking liberties and throwing things out the window, and it's wild.
This is why I disagree with that when it comes to X-Men, when it comes to Fantastic Four. This is why I think this is why I disagree.
Okay.
The characters that they're taking liberties with are characters that people really don't give a shit
about. I would say that.
Miss Marvel, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Miss Marvel
maybe.
has fanfare.
Okay, I get that.
X-Men size fanfare. I'm not gonna say that it's X-Men size fanfare, but it has.
But it's got some buzz,
right?
But listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it worth them to sacrifice those fans because we already know they don't care about us? They want them kids.
Mm-hmm.
They want them to come. They know that you're going to sit through the movie if they want to sit through it.
True.
And they drop this at summertime.
When the kids is home.
Marvel, Right, man. Come on.
Mhm.
They don't give a shit about us as fans. They want that young money.
Oh no, and like I said, I'm totally cool with it. But
Yep.
there was, like I said, it wasn't made for us.
No.
Wasn't made for me. Wasn't. But when I sit down and watch it, and I say, "Oh, I know this character," and then I start to sit down and watch, and I say, "Oh no, I don't know this character." You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's a problem.
Right.
That's the
Well,
issue. So no, it
because
wasn't
you're,
made for me. But if I'm a fan, I'm a fan.
and that's where I think that the line in the sand has been drawn. They don't care about the fans because they know that because they slap Miss Marvel on it and don't tell you, and then you get all the stuff on YouTube, you're gonna watch it no matter what.
But
You
see,
got to know.
I think they took that for granted. I think they remember you always talked about, man. We talk about these shows, and you know what I'm saying, giving the free promotion. I think that they thought that they was gonna get some after show talk and the buzz going, and I think it bit them in the ass. I think the negativity, once we found out that what fucking colorful crystallized, that ain't miss. You know what I'm saying? Once that came out, it was game over after that. I think a lot of people tuned out. People probably showed up to watch that first episode just to see if they were really
What they
going
was
that
going
route.
to do. Right.
And once they found out, oh, hell no. They didn't show back up. I guarantee you, every episode viewership probably dropped.
Guess what,
Guarantee.
though? We're coming up on episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Episode, the episode 4 for these shows is the turnaround.
Right.
We're finna get the big reveal, whatever it is. We're finna get, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of action in this episode. It's going to be a little bit longer. Might even get a post-credit scene. This 1 and 5 and 6 going to be action-packed. You know that. That's their formula.
Right.
They don't stray far away. They don't stray away from the formula.
What's the big reveal?
Oh, I don't know. It's going to be something. It's going
to
to be
me,
something to tie her into the Marvels for sure.
Okay, but even that, what they gonna say? Oh, these the nega bands that they come from the Kree? Is that gonna be the big reveal?
I think so. We already know who the Kree is.
But is that enough for this show? Because basically you just gave me a whole bunch of BS just to say, oh, this comes from the Kree. The end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is that that don't do shit for her story. Her story is already gobbledygook in this show, right? Genies and Jen. I need the bands to get back home. Why? What did she say? It's you know what I'm saying? Like, why is it dangerous to get them back home with the bands? What's special about the bands? Because if this is supposed to be a MacGuffin, and they're gonna be using this for movie sake, I don't think they're gonna explain what the bands are in this show.
Nope. I think that's just MacGuffin that they can get rid of whenever they want to.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. I personally think that's a MacGuffin that they can get rid of when they need to. They can drop it off and not even worry about it again.
So I'm trying to figure out that it's got to be some. It should lead up to, like you said, some reveal. I think the reveal is that they might give us what the bands are, or they might give us who has the other band, right? Because it's supposed to be 2. But other than that, and like you said, something that ties her into the Marvels,
Captain Marvel or something, right?
Marvel or Monica Rambeau, but that doesn't. That has nothing that it's not, to me, that doesn't save what they've been giving us.
Oh no, I agree 100%. I'm just trying to justify it.
It doesn't save it. It doesn't help. It has no bearing on the previous story that they've told. The story that they're telling up until now has no bearing. Even with this whole being a djinn, right? Being a genie or whatever you want to call it. They tried to explain what the djinn is, and then, you know what I'm saying, That ain't help nothing.
No, it just makes it more convoluted.
Because now now Jen exists in the MCU. What do I do with that?
No,
And it's only 8 of y'all.
It's a dead end.
Right. It's a dead end. Because I guarantee you, like you said, after this show, you ain't gonna see from them people no more.
Hell no.
So what? She gonna be the last of her kind?
I think this is her ground level story, and then she gonna be cosmic from now on. I personally think that's the route
they're
she's
not
going.
cosmic, right?
Nope.
They're from a whole different. So is this multiversal since they come from a different dimension? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is this not multiversal? They got stuck in here. So if they got stuck in this dimension, shouldn't the One Authority be what it is, TVA?
Yep. Should have been all over it. Yep.
You see them? So it's like the rules don't even exist no more. Where the rules at? And I think we said that with What If, right?
Yep. They threw the rule book out. Playbook is gone. I think that with Feige giving that announcement that we should be seeing the clues. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
That all the stuff's going to be revealed in a couple months and we should be seeing the clues and all that stuff. We see them. The fans see them. But the normies, they don't see that shit. They don't have any idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
Millie.
None.
Really?
No idea. Right.
Especially
how there's
the clues. Clues to what clues? Clues to what? Because you're bringing this from this era like the clandestines was around before Miss Marvel was around, right?
Right.
Now you're trying to stick them over here with this, and they have nothing to do with each other. So what clues am I to see? You know what I mean? Like what clues am I to see? Oh, it's gonna reveal itself. You got Thor: Love and Thunder coming out. None of these movies have anything to do with anybody. What does Thor: Love and Thunder have to do with Miss Marvel? Nothing. What does Thor: Love and Thunder have to do with Doctor Strange? Nothing. What's the MacGuffin in Thor: Love and Thunder? I think it's one MacGuffin in there. It's one MacGuffin in Thor: Love and Thunder, and that's Adamantium. I think that's going to be the one MacGuffin in there because you're dealing with Zeus, and adamantium is a metal that was prevalent in Greek mythology. So I think that's where that's going to be the MacGuffin in Thor: Love and Thunder.
It's the adamantium.
That thunderbolt, because we see her fighting with the thunderbolt.
Yeah, she does fight with it. That's right.
And that thunderbolt is made up because it wasn't adamantium; it was adamantine.
Yeah, and it was mixed with steel, right?
No, it was. I don't know if it was a natural occurring metal. Because when it comes to Greek mythology, you just said that the I think it was a spear that Zeus fought with, made out of adamantine. That's basically what it is. But so I'm guessing, and that's just a guess.
I can't. I thought I read something. I thought I was reading in a story the other day that it was an alloy, and that the only pure.
Now, adamantium is an alloy.
Right.
Yeah, adamantium is an alloy. It was made during World War II. It was a kind of the dude was trying to.
He was trying to recreate vibranium.
Right.
Right.
Went to sleep, woke up, and adamantium was made. So he didn't know how to make it. So then he tried to make it again, and that's why you got adamantium 1 and you got adamantium 2. Adamantium 1 is what he originally made. Adamantium 2 is what he made secondary, which is not as strong as the first adamantium.
Right.
But it's not derived from vibranium. It's derived from anti-vibranium, which was the meteor over in the I don't know why I want to say the danger zone, the Savage Land. In the Savage Land. That vibranium actually melts metal or something like that. It's weird. Like you got two different type of vibraniums or element. It's like when it comes to metallurgy and Marvel, it gets crazy.
It's
so
very crazy.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I think that's the MacGuffin in that. And maybe the Necro Sword, maybe, but the liberty they take with Noah. I mean, not Noah, with Gore. That's another thing, right? Them making Gore just Christian Bale with white paint on his face. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, that's lazy.
But that's also, listen, I don't think that's official. I think they're gonna add CGI to the movie. I think they really are.
Because it's too many toys out already.
Toys don't mean shit.
I don't know, man.
I think so. Out. I think toys don't
now
mean
a lot
shit.
of people say, oh, he could graduate to this. And I'm like, yeah, he could. He could. And maybe we're seeing the first.
That's what I'm saying. I listened to something today, and they were talking about how Kevin Feige said that with Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange and all these movies that had these trailers come out, they revealed too much.
Mm-hmm.
And they pulled it back for Thor. They didn't reveal a whole lot in the trailer. And I think that's to be true. I think that's to be true.
They didn't. I agree with you. Because it could be, but my bet is on it's not.
I think it's gonna be changed. I think that they didn't. I think that was one of those liberties that, yeah, they wanted to take, but I don't think so.
I mean, they could always go back and hear the gripes of what people are fixing with, like you said, do the CGI. It wouldn't be nothing to do with CGI or add, but it's like, to me, that's just, it's lazy. If that's him and that's all he is, that's lazy. The sword is lazy. It's just the fucking look like some medieval,
like a long sword,
or long sword, I should say.
Yeah.
Like his whole, this is coming from, and they're like, oh, Christian Bale is such a good actor. You don't want to cover his face up with, man. I'm like, dog.
That don't make any sense.
That don't make sense. This is the dude who was in a Batman mask for 3 fucking movies. This is the dude who changed his appearance for every movie role that he played. He put on a fat suit and prosthetics on his face to be
American Hustle.
Dick Cheney. No, to be Dick Cheney.
Oh, that's right. He was Dick Cheney.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So don't tell me that. Oh, we gotta have his face. No, you don't.
Nope.
You don't. Fucking Thanos, Josh Brolin. You know what I'm saying? It's plenty of people. I don't know, man. Marvel is just, to me,
Bradley Cooper playing Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper.
Somebody who's known for their face.
Right. I think was voted the sexiest man alive one time.
Right.
Who wouldn't want to, you know, if I'm voted to say, nah, you finna show my face.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear that, oh, we got to show his faces. He's such a great actor. We need his face. No, you don't.
Mm-mm.
You don't need his face. You just need him to act, because if he's such a great actor, you put that makeup on him.
Looks like it won't matter, right?
He go to work. No matter. He become that character. And I think he is gonna do good. I think this, everybody's saying this one of the best villains in the MCU, and I don't doubt it. You know what I'm saying? I don't doubt him being Christian Bale being great. He's a great actor. I do think he will pull Gore off.
Of course. I think he's going to deliver. There's going to be gripes already.
And they're not in the position with Phase 4 to be starting movies or shows off with those type of gripes.
No, I agree.
They're not in that position. Because you only get 45 days in the theaters now. Right, because Doctor Strange is now on Disney Plus, and it seemed like just yesterday it was in the movie theater. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, so you don't have that much time to really garner the audience that you used to. It used to be what, a 90-day window, 120 days,
90 days. Right.
You get 45 days now to get that audience and make money off them before you throw it in on whatever streaming channel or whoever owns the VOD rights. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So you got to deliver your first shot, man. And I know Feige said, like you said, the dots will be connected and you'll see what's going on. But I'm you know, like you said, we see it.
We see what y'all trying to do,
but it's still even hard for, because even us,
we just can't follow y'all and this road y'all navigate. Y'all driving through the woods right now,
right?
Y'all off-roading.
Even with us seeing these certain things, they don't add up.
Right.
You off road, like you said, you mudding right now.
Right. We like to take the highway, not the back road. Right.
If you expecting the normies to see what's going on, I mean, look at what we got.
No.
Blade's supposed to be coming, right? Fantastic Four, X-Men.
Right.
Sam Wilson is Captain America. Deadpool, maybe. I think I saw some news on Deadpool earlier today. We got the Marvel, Thor: Love and Thunder. What else we got? Secret Invasion. How does that play into what's going on with these MacGuffins? Right? How does that play into these MacGuffins?
You know what this tells me with all the stuff that they've announced and everything, and then we're supposed to get a bunch of new stuff that they announced later this year. 5 and 6, I feel like this is them trying to catch up. They're going to be packed.
No, it is, and I think that's where they're suffering at. They're trying to get, we just got all this new IP, right? We just got all, man, let's play with some characters. Let's get some characters in there that nobody really has heard of. Because they didn't need to do Shang-Chi, right?
No.
They didn't need to
they could have slapped him on a Defenders team and gave him a little backstory.
Right.
That's it.
They didn't need what they did that movie for the Asian community. I get it, right? For that Asian demographic, it's a box to check. But in the overall arcing story of the MCU, Shang-Chi was
small potatoes.
Right. Was not needed to push anything forward. Not him. The 10 Rings, yeah. But they could have did that with an Iron. You know what I'm saying? Who's Iron Man's nemesis? The Mandarin. You didn't even get his nemesis in nothing. They gave you the fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3.
Yep.
But that's his ultimate bad guy. Everybody got a chance to face off against their upper echelon bad guy.
You're right. They did.
But Iron Man. Right? Captain America got to face off against Red Skull. Thor faced off against Loki. And hell, he faced off against 3 of his big. He faced off against Loki. He faced off against what's the Dark Elf's name? Malekith.
Malekith.
He got to face off against and he got to face off against Hela. And they changed her background to her story, but it's cool.
It is what it is.
And he got to fight the Hulk, which is, you know what I'm saying, the big thing.
Yep. Twice.
Iron Man didn't get to fight. Matter of fact, he didn't get to fight. He got to fight Whiplash and the Ironmonger on the first one. The first one was the Ironmonger, and the second was Whiplash. The third one, they tried to do the Extremists, which they did that all totally wrong.
Yeah.
And I think they should have played to see that they should have played with that Extremist. Look, that should have went into Infinity War and stuff. Mm-hmm. He should have kept that going. He should have kept, because that made him now really on par with the heavy hitters. Instead of him, you know what I'm saying? I know he got the nano suits and everything, but it was a point to where he was storing his armor inside. He was actually Iron Man because he stored the suit inside his body.
Yep.
With the nanites and stuff inside his bone marrow, and it was you know what I'm saying? That was due to the Extremist virus that he had inside of him. I think they could have played with that more. Ultron is not is not an enemy of his. That's more of an Avengers thing.
Yep.
Who else we got? Ant-Man didn't fight. Well, Ant-Man is just kind of like a throwaway. Well, I guess with the Wasp. But yeah, everybody got to do, you know what I'm saying? And it's too much on their, like you said, it's a lot coming. I don't think they know what direction they need to slow down. Maybe that's what it is. I think maybe they need to slow down, develop. They need to say, all right, because the X-Men, they got it. You got to think you're about to bring 2 huge IPs,
yes,
into the fold. Huge that don't need the MCU.
Nope.
Fantastic Four does not need the MCU.
They sell the stories on their own, right?
It benefits from the MCU, but it does not need the MCU. X-Men don't even need Marvel.
Nope, not even close.
You know what I'm saying? They don't even need Marvel. They could operate on their own and do everything.
Even looking at this list, Deadpool does not need the MCU at all.
So you about to bring these huge IPs on board, and you're still dicking around with Shang-Chi, Miss Marvel, and other.
I think it's because they're all done. They were done. Let's get them out. They were already done.
Right.
And we'll do damage control later.
Right. And that's, like I said, that's fine. I'm just saying, now you got to put those things down. Those toys got to be put down.
Yeah. They're old. I want to play with them no more.
You put those toys down, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to try to shove so much down our throat. Like I said, X-Men is huge, man. What are you going, you know what I'm saying? Like, I put it to you like this. We're not getting the X-Men. It's hard. Think about it took them 12 years to do the whole Avengers. You know what I'm saying? You had the Avengers storyline with the Infinity War and everything, right? The individual stories, Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America.
Yep.
And then you threw in Ant-Man and who else was and Black Panther, right? Yep. Now you're dealing with X-Men. On top of people still want because people want the Avengers because that's what you started with. Yep. So now you got 2 people. Now you got 2 fandoms you got to appease. Then you throw in the Fantastic Four.
Which ain't hard.
No, it's not hard.
It ain't hard though.
It's a lot because what?
But listen,
hold on. Where does X-Men? How are you going to interweave X-Men into the Avengers fold?
Without telling the stories you've already told.
You said without telling those stories? What you mean?
Without telling, because as far as we're talking about Infinity War, X-Men should have been all over that. Wolverine, at least.
Oh, yeah.
All over that shit.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. How can you go back and tell these stories and, okay, well, we knew that this happened here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why they say, oh, we're taking liberties or whatever, but I still think it's not hard.
I think
that they know it's not hard. No, it's hard for us. It's not hard for them. They got the resources that we don't have. That's why I think it's not hard for them.
I think it's going to be hard to interweave that. I don't think it's going to be hard to make. Like it's not hard to make. I
don't think it's hard for them to interweave it either because, like I said, it's Kevin Feige's job to know these stories inside and out.
Okay.
And it's his job to hire talent, actors, directors, writers, producers, all these people that know these stories. They're out there. You just hire people that check boxes. That's where they're screwing up. They're hiring people that check boxes, not people that know these stories inside and out. Yeah. That's why we're getting bad quality.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you got somebody who knew Miss Marvel to write this show, it'd have been a totally different show.
But that's crazy. It's crazy because you have or they said, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? They said the original writer for the comic books who created Miss Marvel was on board with this storyline. And I'm like, I don't see how, because they totally took that person.
I'd be on board too if you threw money at me to say that.
True. Because I'm like, I don't see how. If I'm the creator of this character and y'all just took my character and butchered it the way that y'all butchered it, then I'm on board with it. You know what I mean?
Selling out, man. All of them. All those writers, all those producers, all those artists, they're all selling out. Yeah. Every single one of them. I've even heard that it's been like the amount has been $10,000 each to sell out. Let's get these characters and do whatever the fuck we want to do with them. And that's what I think we're going to get going forward.
That's crazy. That's
so wild, it's either at this rate, it's either accept it and do what we're doing and give our gripes, or don't watch it.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is at this rate, but I don't think it's going to slow down.
I forgot Black Panther.
It's not slowing down. Oh, Black Panther. That train wreck that we finished. Oh, boy. I'm actually, at this rate, I'm actually kind of excited for this movie because I know what we're going to see on screen. I'm ready to see the retaliation. Oh, man. Because I feel like if this misstep happens the way that I think it's going to happen, they're going to take a serious hit.
Oh no, this is the reason why I hate that this is what's going on.
It's that this is what's about to happen because I see the train about to happen.
I was watching who was I watching today? What's the old girl that don't nobody like? Did she do the reviews? Can't think of her name right now, but I'm watching her, and she was talking about Marvel and the missteps, and you know what I'm saying, how Hollywood is if it don't make money, then we just gonna set it aside because it don't make money, or if it's not good or whatever. I think Black Panther is gonna be the sacrificial lamb, and it's not. It's gonna come out, but it's not gonna. This is not gonna do good. I don't think it's gonna do good. Right.
So you think that they setting this movie up to fail, to kill the character off?
No, I just think in hindsight they're gonna say, maybe Black Panther ain't the way we need to go right now. Maybe we made a mistake. And then it's gonna sit in limbo, it's gonna be in production hell, and then we just won't get Black Panther no more. Right? Because what's stopping them from doing that?
I still have faith that something crazy might happen.
They don't need a Okoye to go forward with the MCU. They don't need Shuri to go forward with the MCU. They don't even need Wakanda to go forward with the MCU.
Wakanda could get erased off the face of the map.
Off the face of the earth. Because look at what
I'm pretty sure that's going.
You see what I'm saying? Cosmic, right? You see look at what they did with Miss Marvel. Look at what they did with Miss Marvel. They took her from being Jersey City's finest, and now they want to make her cosmic.
Yep.
Look who they're introducing in Black Panther 2. And I ain't talking about Namor. I'm talking about Riri Williams.
Yeah.
She can ease, you know what I'm saying? And she don't have nothing to do with Wakanda. She's just a black character that they put. And that's another thing, too. Riri Williams has nothing to do with Wakanda. Why you
nothing to do with her. They just, right. They're lumping us in together. This y'all movie again.
Right.
We finna put all y'all at black asses in one movie.
When it don't work, they're going to get rid of all of those black characters.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Well, was it Riri? Was it Shuri? Was it Okoye? Was it, you know what I'm saying, M'Baku? Let's just scrap the whole thing. We don't need Black Panther.
Riri's still getting a show, though. She's still getting a show. Ironheart.
Is she? Because we know it's on the docket, but that
already started.
Have they started?
I know it could, but I think they've already started something on it.
Because we ain't even heard from the Wakanda show, right? The last time you heard anything about them even mention that.
That shit finna that shit ain't gonna happen. You know that shit ain't gonna happen. After November, we might not even hear Wakanda no more in the MCU.
I'm trying to tell
that
you,
shit,
man.
They might even obliterate Wakanda off the face of the map in this movie.
Because
I keep hearing right, And I also keep hearing the name Doom keep popping up too, and rumors about this film in the background. So I personally think that that's this, like you said, this is the Sacrificial Lamb movie.
It's gonna be bad off, man. Bad off. But
Either that, or they're gonna dump so much into it that they make us watch it in order to
right,
be able to push the lore forward.
yeah, you got.
That's
You
what
got
I
to
really
watch.
think that they'll do.
But that doesn't make
Otherwise,
it
you
a
ain't
good
gonna know
movie.
what's going on. That's
That
a
won't make it a good
detractor
movie.
to me. That
Right.
makes me not want to watch it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you making me watch this, even though this is trash. This is garbage. But I gotta watch it
Right.
because I need to know what's going on and such and such.
Nope, I'll read about it on the internet. Thank you very much.
It ain't their
Or
page.
I'll let somebody else review it and tell me what's going on. Because you better
We
believe
got
right
Armor
now.
Wars. Remember, we got Armor Wars coming.
Yep.
Like I'm trying to think of everything that's coming and how it adds up to something. Or are these just standalone? Who, you know what I'm saying? But we're conditioned as MCU fans to where nothing is a standalone, right? Nothing is a standalone.
This is true.
I don't. Feige can come and say, "Oh, you don't have to watch this because it has no." Yeah, everything has.
And we
WandaVision
will
had
call him a
everything.
liar.
What's that?
We will call him a liar for that.
We should call him a liar for that because he said we
Because
didn't
he
have to
is.
watch none of this shit.
You're
But
right.
here but we do have to watch this shit,
Bro, we had to watch What If.
right? You had to watch that
We
shit.
know what the fuck was going on. We had to watch Loki. We had to watch WandaVision. We had to watch Spider-Man No Way Home. We had to watch all this shit in conjunction. All the shit you said didn't matter.
Right.
Now, I will give them the benefit of the doubt. They did say that WandaVision, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange all tied in together. They did say that. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But the others, they said that they were standalone. You did not have to watch them. And I think that's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they introduce anything as far as Kang and you don't watch Loki, you will have no idea what's going on.
And you won't know what's going on.
No idea.
That what Thunderbolts is supposed to be coming. We always.
If you didn't watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you have no idea what's going on.
Clue. Right. Or even Hawkeye, because I hear Hawkeye is supposed to show up in that.
Bro, we finna get Kingpin somewhere.
Kingpin,
in these movies. Yes.
And if, you know what I'm saying?
And if you didn't watch Hawkeye, you don't know what the fuck's going on. Straight up. And that was, like they said, you didn't have to, but that was a lie.
That was a lie. So, yeah, I just don't see, I don't see how, and I'm going to take it back to Miss Marvel.
This is where we'll end at on Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
This is where we go. This is where we're going to end our battle at. Because, like I said, I could go all night about what I think they're going to do, but I really want to know what they're going to do with this show.
Well,
why it even exists.
Let's, you know what? Before I jump back on Miss Marvel, let's take it to Eternal.
Okay.
That was a movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie, me myself. But that was a movie that had so many opportunities that was missed. Just opportunity after opportunity being missed. You now have this being halfway out of the earth. Hand out, knee out, face, you know what I'm saying? What implications did that have going forward? We ain't seen none of, like, after that movie come out, nothing else? Just that, huh?
Right.
Big face showed up in space. People ain't talking about, like, that should have been talked about in the Miss Marvel TV show.
Yep.
Doctor Strange should have talked about that. Hawkeye even.
And they blame all these missteps on the pandemic, but I really think it was the fact that they just let these writers do whatever they wanted because they knew that they was going to succeed because of the name.
Right. They got a bad bullpen, man. They got
bad. They got bad reserves. Y'all need to hire some starters. Like when we talk about like Sam Raimi doing these movies, doing Doctor Strange. That's the perfect person to do Doctor Strange movies.
Yeah.
Perfect person. You know what I'm saying? We got these like Captain America, Sam Wilson, Captain America.
Russo brothers.
Whatever this storyline is. Yes, they got to.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they touch this.
Nope.
I don't think we see the Russos back until Secret Wars, if they even make it that far.
I hate to say it. They need to slide Josh Whedon another check and slide him back in.
It depends.
I think so.
It depends. Because I think that he could do very well as a storyteller, but I don't want to see him as a director. I feel like
you didn't like Age of Ultron.
I did,
I know it had its weak moments, but
I did. But then again, I didn't. I liked. I mean, when we're talking Avengers movies, I like the tone of Infinity War and Endgame over Age of Ultron and the Avengers.
Okay. So that was
you know what I'm
the
saying?
Russos. You got the Russos over Josh Whedon.
I do, but then again, for most things, for most things,
who did Civil War?
The Russos.
That was the Russos too. Oh, they was just knocking it out of the park, huh? What about Winter Soldier? That was Russos.
No, Winter Soldier was Catherine Bigelow, I think.
Or go and get from Jurassic Park. Go get her, man. Who knocked it out the park with Star Wars with
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yep.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Let her do something.
I mean, Ron Howard made good movies. I'm sure she's been on a lot of sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got experience.
Let her do something. Matter of fact, I want to see what old girl is gonna do with the Marvels.
Nia DaCosta.
Yeah, I want to see what she's gonna do. I know she gave us Candyman.
But did she really though? Like how
Right,
much? I want to know how much of that was her story.
Was hers? Yeah. But I do want to see what she's gonna do with the Marvels. I just hope that it's not. And you know what? I know.
Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say what you want to say. I know what you finna say.
Well, this is how I'm gonna say it. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but Marvel Comics has been getting backlash for their Miles Morales as Thor book. And when I saw it, I said, "What the fuck?" You know
why? That makes no sense.
Because they've been doing this "What if Miles Morales" storyline for the past couple months,
right?
And this is the "What if," because they did the Miles Morales as Thor, they did the Miles Morales as Wolverine, they did the Miles Morales as the Hulk, they did the Miles Morales as Iron Man, I think. All of these is what ifs. Oh,
just
Captain
one
America.
Shot?
Yeah, just one shots. And I wasn't gonna go into this, but I'm gonna go into this real quick.
I'm with you.
So here he is. When he says hammer time, like this is just bad. This is the most coonish. You talking about coonery, buffoonery, tokenism.
I've heard Mr. Eric July talk about this.
Yep, he talked about it.
He goes and all in.
I don't normally side with him, but when I saw it before he talked about it, my homeboy actually went and bought these comics, and when I looked at it, I said, "What the? Why is there graffiti?"
Right.
And then they showed like what Asgard looks like. Look.
Wait, no. Go back up. Is there shoes on the? Oh, God.
Yeah. This is Asgard.
Bruh.
This is what Marvel is giving us, people. This is what they think black people, you know what I'm saying, are represented by. Why are their shoes? Do they even know the significance of the
what
shoe
that means? Right. Asgard is right next to a fucking trap house.
Do they even know
Wow,
the significance?
dog, like
He says, time to spin these hits. Now that was a banger. Right up to your face and diss you. What? Ain't no party like an Asgard party because the Asgard party don't stop.
bruh, who has ain't nobody said that in like 30 years.
This is, I mean, so when Eric July sees something like this,
He jumps all over it.
well, why wouldn't he?
Of course. We are.
When it
This
was
is
XR,
bullshit.
when XR sees some shit like this is bad.
This is bullshit.
So when I see creators and writers write shit like this and think that it's supposed to be praised, I hope Nia DaCosta does not go this route and try to make it black, right?
Yep. Please don't. Please don't. Just make a movie.
Asgard, and I guess people don't understand. Asgard is Norse mythology. These people are white. These are Viking people who worship Thor and Odin and Loki and
right.
white people.
There ain't a single black soul in Norway or Iceland or none of that shit where these places are mirrored after. You want me to believe that Miles Morales' Asgard got graffiti on the walls?
Look at the hammer.
Bruh, like, you want me to believe that this is what Black Asgard looks like? And Miles Morales, right. But that's the thing, though. Miles Morales ain't even all the way black.
He's not.
Right. So, are we mixing in the? Because now you're stabbing that. Now you're taking stabs at two different races. Why would Thor be wearing Jordans?
Yeah, got the Jordan 1s on.
Don't make no sense, dog. Like this right here is hot trash.
Even the Ice Giant got
a fade. Like what? Bruh.
Oh man,
Marvel, y'all are cringe. Like as fuck. This is terrible. Like, oh man.
All he's missing is a gold chain with like a cash, like a Cash Money gold chain.
I'm surprised he ain't got no gold teeth at this rate. Right.
He missing a Jesus piece, man. Even though he Asgardian. It'll be an Odin piece.
I was just finna say that shit. Like,
he's missing an Odin piece. Wow. Man. This is stupid. This is dumb. This is when the wrong people are in that room writing. This is, this is something that I would have did when I was a kid. Right?
Yep.
When I was a kid and when I was drawing comic books, I tried to make things representative of the hood and stuff like that. Story be damned. You know what I'm saying? Right. It could be a space story. He out in Chucks and you know what I'm saying? Gold chain, and he got to look like it was from the hood or something like that. But it's a story about him being a space cadet or a fucking astronaut or something. That shit don't jive. It don't go together. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't go together. This shit here don't go together. This is, like you said, this is cringe. This is stupid. This is bad. It's just bad for no reason. But, like I said, I say that to say that I hope Nia DaCosta does not make it black.
I really hope you don't do this.
And
I
I
really
think
hope we can just get a movie
just give us a movie. That's
from
what
you.
happens. We overcorrect when we want diversity, when we want
Yep.
representation. We overcorrect, right? We
Right.
overcorrect. Just you want a black person to be in it, let that black person be in it, but let them be represent the story that they're in. There's, you know what I'm saying? Like, let that story show, and this is just a black person enthralled in this story.
I'm
That's
with
how
that.
you get representation and diversity.
Yep.
That's how you get people to show up. Matt, you know
Because
what I'm saying? Like, go ahead.
because it's something that they really do they really can agree with, and you know what I'm saying, have a relationship with and connect with. We can't connect with this. This is what y'all want us to connect with it, but we want to read comics to escape, not see what the hood looks like for real in a comic book, man. What the fuck? Like, no, that's not why we read comic books, bro. Like, that's not why we watch movies. That's not why we watch TV. It's not why we play video games. None of that shit. We don't do anything to see what real life looks like.
Right. I mean, a hint of realism. There's nothing, because these, you know, these characters are supposed to exist in a slice of the real world, some kind of way, right? They're in America, so the rules of America are supposed to apply, president, stuff like that. You know, things of that nature. But superheroes don't exist, like you said. And if Miles Morales was Thor, he'd just be Thor.
Right.
He wouldn't.
It's
It
not
wouldn't
Miles
turn
Morales
Asgard
anymore.
to the fucking hood.
Right.
How did this even happen? So where's Odin at? Is Odin his daddy?
Right.
Odin ain't letting Asgard being fucking graffitied, and where Heimdall at? Heimdall ain't letting that shit slide.
No.
Sif and all, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro, that like cleaning shit up. Like, this is terrible. This is terrible.
Asgard is a golden city. It's supposed to represent the pinnacle of goddom. We the Asgardians, we run shit.
Right.
The shit ain't supposed to look like New York, the city in New York, or street in New York. What the fuck, Marvel? What is this?
That was, oh boy. I'm glad I hadn't read that one.
I don't get it. So you can just imagine.
That's kind of insulting.
It is insulting. It's very insulting, because that's what you think. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think of us.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you think that I want to read. Like, if I wanted it's people going in on this too. I ain't even read it.
For the comments on it.
Yep. Says even Eric Larson said something. Eric Larson, who co-founded Image, he says, "Wow, I get trying to contrast why Miles would be any different from standard issue Thor, but that is ill-advised."
Yeah.
Philip Tan, who was a DC artist, said, "Just sad and too common all around. Kills me every time I see what my skin color are supposed to want from representation of comics. Asian food, Asian takeout, and eating around the table that has nothing to do with the story except one of those around are Asians. Sorry you're experiencing this, man. Like, this is bad.
Very bad.
You can't be surprised. Two-dimensional, one-note, cliche-based stereotypes of what mainstream comic books have tucked in lieu of actual characterization since its birth. It's only become more ridiculous with the desperate need to appear inclusive and diverse. We can track this back to those incepted Green Lantern, Green Arrow presentations of relevance. It's not who's doing what, it's the banality underpinned by cultural amnesia and willful ignorance of the real world via actual experience, as opposed to learned data from misbegotten sources that make this shit so insultingly lame. And don't get me started when I see Jews presented just as shallowly as this. Must be a Jewish guy."
Yep.
Says the dude who wrote the Thor Miles comic is white, and he put Asgard in the ghettos. Man,
Terrible.
I should have added more upskirt shots, and then you would have loved it. Is that is that what he said? Wow, that's what the writer said. I should have added more upskirt shots, and then you would have loved it.
Wow. That's a cheap shot.
Yeah, it is straight insult.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, they gotta. This the thing about, and we talked about diversity. We talked about tokenism and shit. We did it about a year and a half ago. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, if you want representation, just make the character, make it black, Asian, whatever you want to make it, and make him relevant to the story. Him or her, or it relevant to the story.
Yeah. Don't make it that their color or whatever is the main attribute, right?
And honestly, you can do that. You can do that. There's no reason to where you can't have a story and it's about racism or something like that. You can do that,
right?
If it's a need for that, right? Or offshoot, because even back in the day, watching like sitcoms and stuff, they always had that one little episode that dealt with race or dealt with rape or dealt with, what I'm saying?
Yep. And it always had or drugs or anything like that. Right. It always had a PSA in front of it and behind it.
Mm-hmm. And you can do that.
Yep.
To just to let people know that, hey, this, what I'm saying, this character is still black and this character still deals with racism or still deals with bigotry or things of that nature. But they're calling it woke politics, and I hate that they've co-opted the word woke, because when I was
growing up, that shit meant a totally different thing than what it means now. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Woke, it's crazy how they hijacked that.
Hijacked it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I used to be like, yeah, man, stay woke. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, nah, I don't even want to say that word. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all bastardize it.
Bastard. It's like a bad word.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
So when you have these woke politics and these identity politics, because another thing that's going around, a lot of these writers are writing themselves into the story.
Right.
Don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do that.
That's why these characters end up with traits and stuff that they don't normally have.
That they don't normally have.
People try to imprint on the story. Yeah. If that's the case, make your own character.
Make your own character. That's why you get the bisexual Superman or the gay Superman.
Right.
Robin is gay now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They even got the storyline with Batman and who he was looking at, and like, there might be some homosexual tension with Batman. Like, why? Like, that's not
Batman does not need to kiss a dude at all.
At all.
There ain't nothing about his character that defines that.
Nothing.
That would not define his character at all.
They try to retcon these characters, and I was heated when they made Iceman gay. When they made Iceman gay, I said, this was the Playboy of the X-Men. This was the dude who was getting all the girls.
Right. They fixed him.
And then y'all try to say, he was just trying to hide it. No, it wasn't.
Right. No.
He wasn't trying to hide shit. Show me in the comics where there was even a panel where it looked like he might have been gay or you know what I'm saying, homosexual.
That wasn't just all of a sudden out of nowhere, right?
You can't do that. You can't go back and say, this panel right here, you saw Iceman, he was looking at Angel a little strange. I don't know that much. You can't do that.
No.
And then they'll say, well, it was just a sign of the times. Right. So since the times now is, you know what I'm saying, we're cool with homosexuality and things of that nature, I'm fine with that. That's cool. Make your own character.
Right.
Quit piggybacking off of these. If you want diversity, if you want representation, quit piggybacking off of these characters that's already established. Quit doing that. Like if I was a writer and I wanted to write myself in, my bad. I know I'm long-winded, dog.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying to stretch.
If I wanted to write myself in, I'm making a whole new character because I want my character. I want it to be representative of me, right? Of what I've been through. or what
Not a
or
character
what
that's already been established and
right.
already has a backstory. I don't want to change that.
I don't want to change that. I want to be able to interact with that person,
Right.
or my character interact with that person. That's what you do. Superboy was already Superboy. Then y'all aged him up so y'all can. It seemed like they did it just so they can make him gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they say, woke politics. Like
That's exactly what they say. That's the term nowadays. That damns a lot of things.
It's damaging.
Yes.
It's really damaging. It does nothing for
Nope.
your demographic that you're trying to reach because they're not even reading the book.
Nope.
They're not reading the book. So all you're doing is alienating the people who were reading your book to try to
Making
catch
them feel some kind of way, right?
them who ain't even looking at reading books. I don't care. Do gay people or that community, LGBTQ community, do they read comics? I'm pretty sure they do.
Of course.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of that
Yeah.
read. They wasn't checking for a gay Superboy.
Nope.
Because nobody reads a book to say, "Oh, I need the gay. Where's the gay guy? Or where's the straight guy? Or where's the LGBT?" You know what I'm saying?
That's not what we read it for.
Nobody's reading for. If Shazam went 100 years without a mention of his sexuality, nobody would bat an eye.
Yep, you're right.
Because at the end of the day, deep down, nobody cares about sexuality. Nobody cares about it.
Mm-mm.
It's only a hot button topic because people want to make it a hot button.
They
topic.
keep pressing it. Yeah, making
Right.
it that.
But nobody can. When Star Trek did the first black-white kiss, it was because of blacks and whites not doing. You know what I'm saying? Then it just became normal. But they didn't make it a black-white thing. They just had it was Captain. You know what I'm saying? Captain Kirk kissing Lieutenant Uhura.
Yep.
Right? But they didn't make it like we gotta. You know what I'm saying? It happened. And they moved on. That's what you do. Make your moment. Move on.
Move on. People will always remember it. If it has enough influence, people will always remember it.
If it's warranted. But gay's been in comics and media and things for the longest. That's why I don't understand this newfound obsession with that community. I guess that's my thing. Like, was it catered towards that community? No. But was that community represented in media? In these mediums? Whether it's comic books, whether it's movies, TV shows?
Yes.
Yes. Designing Women. That black dude was gay on that show. You remember Designing Women back in the day?
I think I might remember it.
You ever seen Mannequin?
Yes.
That black dude from Mannequin.
Okay, gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He was gay. Mrs. Doubtfire, the one who helped put the prosthetics on him, and
oh yeah, definitely.
He was gay. Matter of fact, every movie that dude was in, he was gay. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't have to force that and let you know that, oh, here's a gay. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
right.
You knew he was gay, and that was it. How did he do in the movie though? He made the movie better. Cool. Nobody batted an eye at that.
Nope.
No need to force it. Just let it happen. You
Let it happen organically.
He's gay, but there's no need to him. Every other panel, he making advances at some dude or kissing up. You know what I'm saying?
They ain't gonna do that.
Right.
That's not how they act.
They don't even do that with straight. But that's what I'm saying. They don't even do that with straight characters. Married characters at that. They don't even do that. Gambit and Rogue ain't kissing on every other panel.
Nope.
Scott and Jean ain't kissing every. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because saving the world is way more important than showing sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. The Shi'ar is coming. We gotta fight them. We gotta stop them. Gotta stop Juggernaut. I ain't got time to be kissing right now, Gene.
Right. Do that shit later. We go to bed.
Later.
All right.
I don't know, man. Just quit forcing those politics to people.
Yeah.
Just be gay.
It is what it is.
Just be gay.
That's your prerogative.
And if you're a dope character, we'll love you for it.
Right.
But I think they don't want to be scrutinized. They don't want to be talked about. They don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? So if you're gay and then because that's what movie was it? But they tried to say, oh, you're homophobic because you don't like this movie. It's like, no, it was just a bad movie. You know what I'm saying? It was a bad movie. And on top of that, you did force the gay issue.
What was the movie?
That's what I'm trying to remember the movie.
Who was in it?
It'll come to me. Hold on. Because you made me lose it right when you said who's in it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Either way. It'll come as I'm talking. But, yeah, just don't forget, like, just... So what was that damn movie, man? It wasn't the Buyers Club, but what was it? Right. Oh, Brokeback Mountain. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Brokeback Mountain. And that might be where this whole thing started at, right? Brokeback Mountain won awards for it, but people was like,
"What? Like,
is that needed?" You know what I'm saying? To tell this story, was that really? But you know, it is what it is, man. Let's take it back to. Let's wrap it up. I said I was gonna swing back to Miss Marvel real quick.
Okay.
One question. So what's next? Where do we go? She's a Jen. Where do we go?
Okay.
That's what I'm asking you. You got an answer for me?
I honestly don't know.
Where do we go with this? We got her, I guess, extended family. I guess they're all kin, and even that didn't make sense. So she said, "I'm gonna help you, but I just need a little time. Let me wrap my head around this shit." They've been here forever.
They said, "Nah, we can't wait another 5 minutes." They said, "Nah, bitch, we going right, motherfucker."
I said, "Wait, hold on, y'all been
dog shit." It wasn't even hours.
Like y'all just asked her that shit. Like
when I saw that, I was like,
"Real." She like, "Yeah, we're Jen. Y'all Jen. Oh, okay, whatever." Well, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah,
and kick it for a minute.
Check this out, right?
Now you need to tell that bitch she need to do this shit now. Then they showed up at the wedding and shit. Like, what?
Right.
You can't wait till tomorrow? No, I'm at a wedding, man.
Right.
My brother getting married. Y'all have at least been here since the 40s, right?
Right.
Which
it ain't going nowhere.
Ain't no window for y'all to get back home.
Y'all finna chill. At least for another 24 to 48 hours, right? Y'all finna chill.
Wow. Shit. Let this little girl breathe, man. She just found out. She's, you know what I'm saying? She don't even know how to do the shit that y'all asking. That was
the other funny part.
That was weird. And the way they just mobbed up in the wedding, like, yeah, we're gonna kill everybody. Just to get her to do what, you know what I'm saying? The what they called it, the union? What was it called? And see, that's more storytelling that didn't need to be told. More storytelling that didn't need to be told. You know what I'm saying? That didn't need to be told. This show is
it's gonna give me an ulcer because I just just to think about it, to try to wrap my head around how they're gonna push this out.
This might be the most outlandish show.
I agree with that.
This might be because we had WandaVision, and I guess a lot of people would think that it was out, but we knew what Wanda was about, right? We knew she was crazy. The things that we was dealing with, we're dealing with was it the mind, not the mind stone, the what stone gave her powers? It was
The Mind Stone.
the mind stone.
Yeah.
Dealing with the mind stone, so we know that she's enhanced or whatever you want to call it. And it was kind of outlandish, her doing what she's doing, but like she's the Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier was real grounded. Just a quick little military store with people who, using different equipment. That's all it was. That the government supplied.
Mm-hmm.
Loki is a god for one thing.
Yes.
Who just so happened to get the Tesseract that we already knew about. So I don't even look at Loki as outlandish, right? To me, it was kind of actually pretty grounded
and controlled.
Right, and controlled. Then we go into Hawkeye. Is that next? Yeah, Hawkeye. Am I missing one?
After Loki, what if?
What only reason why What If isn't outlandish is because it's what if
contained, right?
Right. These are stories that, what if this happened? What if that happened? I get it.
Yeah.
Even though it was bad, I get it.
Yeah, very bad.
Then we get into Hawkeye, grounded. Matter of fact, it was probably the show that was least MCU and more
buddy
Netflix
cop. Yeah.
Than anything, right?
Yep.
The way it was filmed, it didn't have that aesthetic of an MCU brightly colored. It was kind of dull, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then we get into this.
The Fall from Grace.
I wonder what She-Hulk gonna be about. I forgot about that. That's the next one. I forgot we got that trailer. Oh man, Marvel's done for, bro.
You think so?
They done for, man. They done because there's Tyler Perry over there at Quality Control, man.
That's bad. That's bad.
Tyler Perry over there at QA and these Marvel shows, bro.
Putting out whatever they want to put out.
Yeah.
Not nothing that people want to see.
I'm just waiting on the Tyler Perry wig to show up.
Oh no!
That's all I'm waiting on.
Don't say things like that.
waiting on the Tyler Perry wig, and that's when I might just check out after that, man.
Yeah, be done.
Check out. But yeah, I don't see where Miss Marvel's going.
No, I don't see a direction for it either.
You took away her origin, and what people know of her. So there's no. I mean, there's, like you said, we can speculate because we know where it ends. But for this show, we can't speculate.
Right.
We can speculate her future, but we can't speculate this show because
this show
is totally absent of her origin, absent of her of the source material, and it's like a big middle finger to us also.
Yeah, because
that I don't like. It's a big middle finger.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna do what we want with these characters, not what you want to see.
It's a big middle finger, man. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Hopefully, Kevin Feige is at these meetings. I heard he was more worried about trying to fix Star Wars than this shit, but it is what it is.
Yes, it is.
It is what it is. So, but almost 2 hours in and I'm done, man. I don't have, like I said, I can keep talking about Miss Marvel and the Blue Hand. Is it a Kree? Is it a Skrull? Is it Eternal? Who is it? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
Right. Well, there's no point. I want to see it unfold, and then I'll jump all over it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with another 6 episode show, this is, like you said, episode 5 and 6. To hype it up.
Right.
we'll get the payoff episode, and I think people gonna eat this show up, man. I think they're gonna eat it. I think they're gonna eat it up. I think a
You
lot
think
of people,
so?
yeah, because I think you're not getting to talk about it now because they don't even know what to talk about. They don't know what to talk about. I think people are. I think the regular people that we are used to seeing on YouTube. I think they watch it. I think they're watching it. I think some are giving just a review and they really don't know what to say, so they just reviewing it. But I think after they watch it in whole in totality, and they probably gonna go back and watch the series 2 or 3 times after the finale,
Yep.
they're gonna eat this show alive, man. I could see
Yep.
it. I could see the Rotten Tomato score dropping. I could see the audience score dropping. They're gonna eat this show alive.
I can agree with that.
They're gonna eat it alive. They're gonna praise the cameo, right? And if it does tell us what the Bengals are, they'll praise that. That'll be the only 2 things they'll praise. Oh, and they'll say that they love the Islamic culture, the Pakistani, the Bollywood type culture. They're gonna say that. Those are the 3 things that that'll stand out as positives. Everything else,
Negatives. Right.
Yep. Pure destruction. Pure destruction. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's get on up out of here, man. You ain't got nothing else?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm gonna go check out. I might go see the Black Phone tomorrow.
Oh,
I wanted to go see it tonight, but they only had one showing at 7. I wanted to go see it. I'm gonna try to go see it tomorrow night.
Okay. The Black Phone, Ethan Hawke. Go see that. I think that's gonna be good, man.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't have nothing else. That looks real good. I don't have nothing else to put out except Recast T'Challa. That's another, you know what I'm saying? That's something else we get into. But Recast T'Challa. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here.
Take it easy, be safe.
And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. My bad. Donate if you can. Hit the Cash App, $Bluminati, or go to buymeacoffee.com/blueshouse. And we out. Enjoy.
Sunny Beats.